त्यही थिममा कन्टिन्यू हो है. लेट्स लुक एट अनदर एक्जाम्पल. यो एक्जाम्पलमा फर एक्जाम्पल तपाईँको रिस्क रिवार्ड चाहिँ the system 3 to 1 छ. You target 3, risk चाहिँ stop loss चाहिँ 1. अनि you risk the same amount 2%, 2000 तपाईँको 1 लाखको एकाउन्टमा. तपाईँको win rate चाहिँ 50%. Basically a coin flip होइन. Next trade चाहिँ तपाईँलाई it could be a winner or a loser. Statistically यो भयो भने it's kind of something that you need to observe. We all know कि जब चाहिँ यदि यो एउटा ट्रेड चाहिँ स्टप लस भयो भने it hurts more even though it's a coin flip. Having said that, obviously we're human. अब यो सिस्टमको एक्सपेक्टेन्सी क्यालकुलेट गरौँ है. 0.5 रिवार्ड तपाईँको 6000 भयो किन 3 to 1 भयो. यो रिस्क चाहिँ 2000, 3000 minus 1000, 2000. तपाईँको सिस्टमको एक्सपेक्टेन्सी अन एभरेज मैले 2000 रिस्क गऱ्यो भने you return 2000. That's 100% return. That's an awesome return. If you can keep up with the system, you're going to be profitable. Key point मैले चाहिँ emphasize गर्न खोजेको के भने तपाईँले you made money despite the fact कि तपाईँले 50% trade चाहिँ तपाईँको they didn't work out. अनि trading goal को सबभन्दा I'll highlight this है. Trading goal is to make money. We're not here for charity हैन. But it's not to win every single trade. कहिलेकाहीँ कस्तो feel हुन्छ भने we feel that way. कहिलेकाहीँ प्लान गर्यो it doesn't work out. हामी प्लान गर्छौँ प्लान ट्रिगरै भएन वा चाहिँ you तपाईँ काम गर्न जान्थ्यो you do something else. You didn't get into trade. That's okay. You missed that. Move on हैन. Move next trade. तपाईँ every single trade win गर्ने तपाईँको goal हैन. That's not your goal. That's obviously you aspire to do that. To make money, you don't have to win every single trade. Hopefully, मैले यो तपाईलाई यो exampleबाट convince गरे. Other references अरु पनि छ. There are a lot to this additional things that you can understand. But I think basic चाहिँ यो हो. Hopefully तपाईँ यदि चाहिँ if you doubt me तपाईँ try गर्नु different risk reward system अनि different risk parameter अनि तपाईको सिस्टम के छ तपाईको एक्सपिरियन्स हैन. Based on that, maybe your system has a different expectancy. यो तपाई क्याल्कुलेट गर्नुस् हैन. I'm just giving you a framework. अब रिस्क रिवार्ड को रिलेशनशिप के छ त है म यो एनोटेट गरौँ. तपाईको रिस्क रिवार्ड एउटा चाहिँ रिलेशनशिप के हुन्छ भने you have to have some sort of win rate. Break even हुनको लागि you have to यदि तपाईँ 2 to 1 छ यदि तपाईँ 33% भन्दा कम win भयो भने then you actually gonna lose money. एउटा threshold छ एउटा cut off point छ. त्यो cut off point चाहिँ formula चाहिँ it's a very simple formula 1 over 1 plus r. त्यहीबाट आउँछ तपाईको यदि 2 to 1 भयो भने 33%. अब it's a tricky situation. यदि तपाईँ चाहिँ obviously यदि r increase गर्नु छ भने तपाईको I don't want you to get into conclusion कि all you have to do is कि tighter stop loss. जति सानो भने यो stop loss तपाईको r उति बढी हुन्छ. तर you don't want to maximize, you don't want to just aim for that. त्यो भने के हो त्यो भयो भने त्यो चान्समा के हुन्छ तपाई stop out बढी हुन्छ. किनभने एकदम क्लोज भयो भने के हुन्छ market makers like they know तपाईको probability चाहिँ यदि चाहिँ तपाईको high r छ भनेको तपाईको win rate सायद कम हुन्छ होला. And if you're okay with that system, that's fine. तर चाहिँ यो relationship चाहिँ तपाईलाई gives you a framework. यदि तपाईको 7.5 win तपाईको r target गर्नु छ तपाई per trade मा भने all you have to do is just win 15% of the time. I mean this is a big r, 7x. Yeah, I used to play around with it. I think if you can hit 7R on a consistent basis, I mean, your system is really awesome. So it's just a trade-off here. मेरो विचारमा यदि तपाईं you saw हैन 3 to 1 गर्नुहुन्छ 50-50, I think that's a great system. यदि तपाईले त्यो you can achieve that. So hopefully this gives you some perspective. यो चाहिँ मैले यहाँबाट reference गरेको. You're welcome to check it out there from the source. Exponential growth. यो example चाहिँ मैले reference चाहिँ यो edge youngबाट लिएको है. यदि तपाईको win rate चाहिँ 55% छ पोजिसन साइज 2%, तपाईँको R मल्टिपल चाहिँ 2R हुन्छ। तपाईँको फर एक्जाम्पल एकाउन्ट साइज 10,000 छ भने लेट्स सी है, एउटा ट्रेड गर्नुमा तपाईँ 130 गेन गर्नुहुन्छ, डलर हो इट डजन्ट म्याटर, रुपिज मानौँ। 10 वटा ट्रेडमा 146, 50 ट्रेडमा 241। The same तपाईँले यही सिस्टमबाट if nothing else changes 500 ट्रेडबाट you're going to end up with 81,000. तपाईँ यो म्याथ गर्नुहोस्, फर्मुला छ यहाँ, प्ले विथ दिस। अनि किन यो कसरी एक्सपोनेन्शियल ग्रोथ हुन्छ भने अब फर्स्ट ट्रेडमा तपाईँको 10,000 थियो, सेकेन्ड ट्रेडमा तपाईँको 10,000 प्लस 130, त्यसको तपाईँले 2% चाहिँ रिस्क गर्नुभयो हैन। You're going to win more, but obviously you're going to dollar amount you're going to lose probably a bit more, अनि slowly build up हुने भयो। त्यही एक्सपोनेन्शियल कर्भको त्यही हुन्छ नि, it builds up slowly, अनि जब चाहिँ it picks up just takes off। तपाईँको 1 लाख एकाउन्टमा it's going to be much bigger just with 2R सिस्टमबाट। अनि अर्को कुरा चाहिँ you have to keep in mind कि तपाईँको विन रेट जति राम्रो भए पनि, लाइक से फर एक्जाम्पल तपाईँको एकदमै असम विन रेट छ होइन, तपाईँ 70% ट्रेड जित्नुहुन्छ भने तपाईँको टेक प्रफिट हुन्छ भने तपाईँ चाहिँ कन्सिक्युटिभ लसेस लाइक फर एक्जाम्पल यसमा दुईवटा ट्रेड लस भयो, 3टा ट्रेड लस भयो, कन्टिन्यू फेल भयो, 4वटा ट्रेड कन्टिन्यू फेल भयो, त्यसको पर्सेन्टेज यहाँ यो म्याप गरेको छ है। अब फर एक्जाम्पल हाम्रो त्यो 50% सिस्टममा तपाईँ चाहिँ एउटा फेल, नेक्स्ट ट्रेड फेल हुने एकदम 50% भइहाल्यो, अर्को पनि ट्रेड फेल हुने 25%, अनि 3टा ट्रेड चाहिँ फेल हुने 3 in a row 13%, अनि त्यसपछि फोर्थ चाहिँ कन्टिन्युस 4 ट्रेड फेल हुने 6%, so on and so forth. You got the picture. अनि this is the hardest thing about trading. यदि चाहिँ तपाईँ कन्सिक्युटिभ लस भयो भने तपाईँ के हुन्छ, सेल्फ डाउट हुन्छ, ओ मेरो सिस्टम there's some problem with me, well, you know, market gods are unfavorable to me and things like that. तर चाहिँ यो चार्टले you should refer to this किनभने this is just a probability, it's not a certainty। तर चाहिँ यदि तपाईँको सिस्टमको विन रेट यो छ भने कन्सिक्युटिभ लसेस हुने चान्सेस पनि इट्स म्याप्ड आउट। त्यही भएर यु शुडन्ट बी डाउटिङ योरसेल्फ। यदि तपाईँको प्रुभन विन रेट छ ओभर टाइम, यदि तपाईँको स्याम्पल साइज चाहिँ डिसेन्ट छ भने यु शुडन्ट गेट नर्भस, मेकिङ स्योर कि त्यो तपाईँको कन्डिसन चाहिँ त्यो एजको कन्डिसनहरू चाहिँ प्यारामिटरहरू चाहिँ चेन्ज भएको छैन। द्याट्स वाट यु सुड थिङ्क अबाउट। अब बटम लाइन तपाईँ यो सबै मैले इन्ट्रोडक्सन दिएपछि जस्ट किप दिस इन माइन्ड कि तपाईँको नेक्स्ट ट्रेड कुड बी अ लुजर अर कुड बी अ विनर। तपाईँको स्टेटिस्टिकल एज भनेको रुल बेस्ड सिस्टम जसमा चाहिँ तपाईँ you risk a certain percentage, जुन पनि ट्रेड the next trade you do you risk the same amount, तपाईको RR same amount तपाईँ टार्गेट गर्नुहुन्छ। तपाईको एन्ट्री ट्रिगर के भयो भने तपाईँ एन्ट्री गर्नुहुन्छ, एक्जिट ट्रिगर कति बेला चाहिँ टेक प्रफिट लिनुहुन्छ, अनि त्यो रुल चाहिँ हल्का ब्रेक गर्दा हुन्छ, तर you don't want to break it too much. Again, I'm emphasizing you don't have to win every single trade. It's okay to lose. As long as तपाईँको रुल चाहिँ धेरै डिभिएट गर्नु भएन भने, and then you can still make money. This is easier to say but very hard to do, especially तपाईँको एकाउन्ट ठुलो हुँदै गयो भने, even like 2% ठुलो एकाउन्टको 2% भनेको it can be 50,000 per trade. Just think about that. Yes, it's not a chump change नि। तर चाहिँ you have to keep it in perspective कि यो तपाईँ रिस्क गर्नुपर्ने capital you're probably likely to lose किनभने you don't know next trade could be a loser. Next trade को outcome चाहिँ एकदम completely uncertain छ, and then you have to be comfortable with that. And lastly, यदि यो चाहिँ experienced traderले they don't face that, तर चाहिँ यदि तपाईँ चाहिँ new trader हो भने के हुन्छ भने तपाईँको सबै सिस्टम हुन्छ, ट्रिगर हुन्छ, तर you hesitate to take a trade. मेरो goal यसको यो information goal के हो भने hopefully you can come back to this slide well, come back and do your math. यदि चाहिँ if you have a profitable system, तपाईँलाई trade गर्न अलिकति hesitation भयो भने just come back to this. अनि यदि consecutive loss हुन लाग्छ भने you can reduce the loss, reduce risk. त्यो भयो भने so for example, 2% बाट तपाईँ 3, 4, 5, 6 वटा consecutive loss हुँदै गयो, तपाईँ system develop गरिरहनु भएको छ भने you reduce that to 1% and monitor over time. See how that works out. Edge को बारेमा अलिकति अरू additional thoughts हरु है. System positive expectancy भनेको you have a positive edge in the system. तपाईको system जे पनि हुन सक्छ. It can be EMA, support resistance. म चाहिँ I like using support resistance. A trend line. What चाहिँ तपाईँ this is joke. यदि तपाईँ चाहिँ trade लिनु भन्दा पहिला चाहिँ ज्योतिषलाई consult गर्नुहुन्छ. What चाहिँ you are a long-term investor, good companies or profitable companies or buy and you hold it for a certain period of time and you're a long-term investor. Ani यदि कुनै political uncertainty छ, what economic uncertainty छ भने you don't enter a trade. That could be your system. Okay, could be a part of your system. Ani what fourth signal services हुन्छ market मा a mentor जो चाहिँ established उनीहरुको track record हुन्छ उनीहरुसँग. And then you follow that their system money and you just kind of execute on it. You follow the rules, journal your outcomes, and stay disciplined. Because system, it can be any system as long as expectancy positive and you're executing it consistently. In general, high time frame, my technical analysis saying high time frame and high time frame area and price level typically works more frequently. Ani the expectancy calculate just make sure you do it over a sizable sample, these pieces of the trade, not just 3, 4, 5 trades. That may not prove anything. And you test just to make sure you test it with a a small percentage, even common amount. Taki, you're just building, establishing a system, and you're being comfortable with the process. Ani side mark तपाईँले भेट्नु भएको छ नि मान्छेहरु. I hope you haven't met anybody. कसैले तपाईलाई guarantee claim गर्छ कि I know the price चाहिँ next price कहाँ हुन्छ अनि I'll bet my life on it and I'll bet my first kidney or second kidney on it. Then that person is I don't think that you should trust that person. As you know, यदि तपाईं market participant हो भने nobody knows. Over day in and day out, over on hour to hour basis, के हुन्छ प्राइसमा कसैले पनि 100% certainty बाट claim गर्न सक्दैन. All we do as a trader or investor, we make a risk managed, risk calculated bet. We enter into make a bet and this will see we just accept the outcome. Well, हामी चाहिँ almost final section मा आउन लागिसक्यौं है. Thanks for staying with me. अर्को यदि तपाई न्यू developing trader हो भने एक दुईटा problem face हुन्छ. कस्तो हुन्छ भने analysis paralysis. के भने you analyze too much and you don't execute. त्यो भयो भने I think you can improve it by having a better plan. के plan मा तपाई trigger clearly लेख्नुस् हैन, what to look for execution. अब अर्को चाहिँ you are impatient or you get bored easily. त्यसमा चाहिँ solution केही पनि हैन. You have to correct it or you're going to get crushed. अनि you're fearful. You're fearful किनभने तपाई you don't know your edge. तपाईको चाहिँ positive expectancy छ तपाईको system मा, you haven't established that. यदि चाहिँ तपाई you have established that, then I don't think you will be fearful. अनि के हुन्छ यसको outcome if you're fearful and you hesitate, I hesitate on executing a trade or you just bail on your idea. But underlying reason, just to kind of extend on this, there is you don't do risk management properly. The system, you don't have a systematic approach. And you were spending just way too much time on TA, less time on risk management. And you'll be surprised, मैले TA को video post गर्छु भने it gets more views, right? If the risk management post गर्छु भने it doesn't get as many views. I mean, it's boring maybe. So the मेरो say audience already risk management principle or you're probably well versed, and I generally see this. मेरो recommendation, if you have time, say risk management time body invest गर्नुहोस्. Understand that this is a probability game. Like I said, यदि तपाईँलाई edge थाहा छैन भने अनि वा you're having difficulty uncertainty embrace गर्ने, you have to just work on that. And a hard truth, as I said already, our coming trade ko outcome or coming sets of trades ko outcome कसैलाई पनि थाहा छैन, even if you have a positive expectancy. You just have to trust your system. अर्को fearful हुने वा impatient हुने चाहिँ मेरो विचारमा underlying symptom in you risking too much. यदि तपाईँको चाहिँ पोजिसन साइड चाहिँ कसरी गर्नुहोस् भने तपाईँ रिस्क यति सानो अमाउन्ट गर्नुहोस् कि you just don't even think about it. मेरो एक्जाम्पलमा मैले 2000 को एक्जाम्पल दिएको थिएँ 2%. तपाईँ त्यो रिस्क अमाउन्ट चाहिँ यति कम गराउनुहोस्, त्यो भएपछि के छ, whatever, if that trade doesn't work, here's the next trade. Lastly, when you want to be in the game and you want to trade a lot, the frequency, quantity doesn't translate to quality. Just have a definitive setup. Patiently, you create a rule, and you be patient. I mean, optimal setup. You can make more money that way rather than joyly when you want to be in the market. The urge, like saying, you should avoid that urge. Lastly, some thought nuggets. Trading like saying process को रूपमा लिनुहोस्, not as a get rich quick scheme. कसैले तपाईले if they are trying to sell you something like this, just be aware of it. जे अनि मैले चाहिँ I try to keep it into perspective के कुनै पनि मान्छेले हामीलाई कुनै पनि नयाँ स्किल सिक्नको लागि हामीले we have to go through training. कसैले या तपाईले somebody teaches you वा चाहिँ तपाईँ you practice. अनि कुनै पनि skill त्यहीबाट मेरो विचारमा I don't want to diminish any skills. In every skill you have to go through the process. Focus on thinking in terms of probability, uncertain, like you try to embrace it, you try to thrive in it. आफ्नो method or एउटा मान्छेले अर्को नयाँ method बनायो and you just don't chase it, just try to be disciplined with your process, especially यदि तपाईको processमा already positive expectancy छ. After loser कस्तो I still struggle with it कहिलेकाहीँ ट्रेडहरु lose भयो भने I just don't want to look at it. I just want to go, I love my winner, I hate my losers. I think that's the wrong approach. आफ्नो चाहिँ losers बाट you can learn more from your losers, हैन. मैले तपाईको यदि process तपाईले follow गर्नु भएन कि what is sometime in a market just can have a adverse macroeconomic situation. For example, recently अब नेपालमा government let's say drastic decision got it. Obviously, the position if you had a tight stop, you got stopped out probably. I always keep on repeating this. You should have a KISS system. Just keep it simple. एउटा अर्को चाहिँ kind of a little bit counterintuitive है. You have a good system that say you lost one, you lost another one, you lost another one, and you're having going through a hard phase, होइन. त्यो भयो भने just reduce your risk. तर के कस्तो हुन्छ न, you want to catch up के मैले 2000 हारे अनि next year पनि 2000 हारे and next year पनि 2000 हारे. के हुन्छ भने just you want to make up अनि you risk like 6,000 in your fourth trade. That's the wrong approach. You're saying that's what Pandavs did. It didn't work out for them. मैले के गर्नु भने you reduce your risk. And you just have to grind it out. And if you're winning a lot, the trader, if it's working out, maybe the risk increase slowly. Don't go in too deep. The start is risk increase. Just be aware that tide it can shift anytime. Mero your video ma I went through I did a lot of research. I know your references are hopefully you can refer to it. Mole your description ma into your take your time going through it. This was the risk reward relationship and the expectancy ko barema your website ma धेरै information छ. अनि मेरो भिडियो चाहिँ कसरी यदि तपाईँ चाहिँ बिगिनर हुन्छ भने आरआर कसरी क्याल्कुलेट गर्ने अनि इफ यु वान टु लर्न इफ यु गोइङ थ्रु अ टफ टाइम अनि you want to learn more about edge and thinking like a trader or thinking like a money manager and psychology aspects I highly recommend you follow Michael Douglas and if you like my slides and if you want to get the slides my Twitter ma DM garnus or comment leave garnus why you can reach out to me directly your email ma अनि यदि तपाईलाई कुनै फिडब्याक छ what I could do यो भिडियोलाई इम्प्रुभ गर्न इन फ्युचर वा चाहिँ तपाईलाई फ्युचरमा what do you want to see कस्तो टाइपको भिडियोजहरू तपाईलाई मनपर्छ just leave a comment वा just send me an email अनि I'll try to work on that मसँग टाइम भयो भने thank you so much for your time हेलो के क्वेसनहरु छ भने तपाई यो युट्युबमा लिभ गर्नुस् है वा इभन ट्विटरमा I'll try to get back to you. And while you're here, please like and subscribe. Thanks for your support.